Hello everybody. Today we're going through updates on the Commanders versus Panthers game, what I liked, what I didn't like, and everything about that. So, up first we have passing. Let's see what we didn't like and what we liked about passing. I really liked Carson Wentz that game. He did amazing. 10 for 13, 74 yards, 5.7 average. He didn't get a touchdown, but I think he really drove the offense down for Brian Robinson to get his first touchdown as a Commander. What I also really liked was Sam Howell. I liked how he used his legs, liked his passing. I liked everything except for that last drive, but he did only have 20 seconds. Got sacked twice, but it had the third string of line in, so that makes sense. Rushing, I liked Brian Robinson a lot. Really a lot. Taylor Heinicke, let's get back to that. I'm sorry I missed it. Hated it. I think Sam Howell has a good chance of getting that QB2 spot. But back to rushing. I loved Brian Robinson. I think with Antonio Gibson's fumble, I think he could be our running back one. I also think he could also Antonio Gibson could also be in front of J.D. McKissick. And I also saw a Twitter post about Antonio Gibson practicing with the third string and also doing punting returns. And not punting returns, punting like special teams really. He's just doing all the special team stuff, which kind of notifies that he's not going to be our running back one anymore. The Gibby era was amazing. He played great sometimes, and horrible sometimes with his 6 fumbles in 2021 and 2 fumbles in 2020. Really did not like that out of him. I also liked Sam Howell's, I said this before, rushing. 2 touchdowns, 19 yards for 6.3 average. Rushed twice that game, he gets a first down. That's better than some of our running backs did, with less carries, obviously. But had the longest rush with a touchdown, most touchdowns on the rushing team as a quarterback. And then what I really liked was Brian Robinson also getting in the receiving game for 2 targets, 2 catches, which is just perfect. I also liked Marklin Mitchell. I think could be a diamond in the rough when a receiver goes down. I hope that doesn't happen. But if a wide receiver does go down, he could just fill that spot in with Curtis Samuel going maybe up in the lineup. If, let's say, Terry McLaurin goes down, I hope that this doesn't happen. But Curtis Samuel gets that 1, Jahan gets that 2, Diami gets that 3. I think Mitchell could easily be that 4. Or Dax Mill. I also really like Dax. He played amazing. 3 targets for 2 catches for the 15 average, which is great. Chris Hodges, I also really like that big man tight end, 6'8", I think. Curtis Hodges, not Chris, sorry. Again, fumbles. Antonio Gibson did not like that. But Terry McLaurin for 2 targets. He missed that one where he really turned his head to the safety instead of the ball, which is okay because it's preseason. I think regular season, he gets that done 10 times out of 10. I wish Jahan Dotson got more targets. I also really liked how Curtis Samuel and Diami Brown did pretty good. Same with Armani Rogers, he did great. Defense, I know David Mayo looks great on the stat sheet going 5'3", doing great, but he just gave away yards like it was like free candy. It was not good. Then we got, who I think did good though. I really liked Daniel Wise, he played good. Could be a great backup, defensive tackle, defensive end, whatever he plays. Khaleke Hudson did good. with like the couple plays he did. I didn't like Joey Sly on the kick. I don't know why he's on defense though. Who else I think did good? I think Steven Parker did good. I think he did good. I also think Percy Butler did good. It was really... The only thing I really didn't like was Kendall Fuller and David Mayo. With that one touchdown that he gave up. Where is he? Kendall Fuller. I really didn't like that. His hips were turned the wrong way, and he just got beat. But I was thinking Jahan would have done the kick returns, but we picked up Alex Erickson to really be that return guy, and this guy just really showed him up there, going 3 for 60 at the longest of 24, which is great. Also, Matt Colden with that one return did pretty good. Erickson I guess it was maybe like the positioning of the punt and the blocking, but he just didn't do what he was supposed to do. I liked Zach Mill. He's a fast guy. I liked him on the punt return. Erickson not doing so good, but he did really good as receiving, getting the most yards on 3 targets with 2 receptions. Joey Sly, don't even get me started on Joey Sly. He just made the game so much harder. If he made that field goal, we wouldn't have to risk the 2-point conversion that Sam Howell just completely destroyed. That 2-point conversion just did so good on that. Missing the extra point really, really hurt us there. Watching Tressway, he's best punter in the league, in my opinion. So, always doing good. And I really think this Washington team could do really good this season, but they can also do really bad. Washington, you can tell me they went 13-4, and I'd be like, that makes sense. But you can also tell me that they went 3-14, and I'd be like, that makes sense. They're that much of a wild card. If Carson Wentz pans out great, I think they could be 10, 11, 13, 12, 13 wins. If he doesn't, we could go 3-14, really. Same with the running back situation. If BRIAN Robinson pans out and he's not just good against third-string defenses and first-string defenses, and second-string, like he was chopping up the second-string defense. But I want to see what he can do against a strong D-line, which he can. Let's see what he does against Aiden Hutchinson week 2. Is he going to be that guy? Is he going to really take over Antonio Gibson's spot, which I think is really vulnerable? I think he can do it. There's some people out there who I think don't think that. I feel like they think AG is just going to carry the team out, but I just don't have trust in him with 8 fumbles in his 2-year career, really, with the Commanders at least. I'm just not really liking it. I want to see what Jahan, he got 1 target, but there was PI in the play, so it doesn't count. I want to see what he can do with this offense. I also want to see what more Curtis Samuel can do without the groin injury. I think there's going to be a lot of question marks in week 1, and I hope they get answered. That's all. I think if they get answered week 1, and if maybe we lose against the Jaguars, but we need to figure ourselves out fast if we want to have a productive season. And yeah, I feel like, well, since it's my first video on this channel, I think we should do our scheduled predictions. Oops. I think this is preseason, week 1. I think, here's week 1. Week 1 against the Jags, I think we win. I think we go 1-1. I think we win all 3 of these games. Home against the I think Jaguars is easy win. Away against the Lions, I think that's a lock. Home against the Eagles, I think we split the Eagles. Then we lose against the Cowboys, so we're 3-1. And I think this is a 50-50 game, mostly because we're at home. I could see us winning that game. Bears, easy lock. I think we lose these 4 games rather. And then we beat the Texans for I think that's 5 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins. I think the Titans game could be 5. I'm going to say 5. 6 wins, 7 wins, 8 wins, 9 wins. And then I think it's really just 50-50s. We have 50-50 against the Vikings, against the Packers even. Even the Colts with, I don't know how Matty Ice is going to turn out in that new system without really, he didn't play good with the tight ends and the receivers he had in, Atlanta. Is he going to product with Michael Pittman? And I think Matty Ice is just going to have to rely on Jonathan Taylor. And if our D-line stays healthy, I think we can shut down the Colts perfectly. Their O-line is just so good, though. I think also it's a 50-50 against the Titans. I think it's the same story. They traded away A.J. Brown. So what can they produce? They traded away Julio Jones. I guess they didn't sign him. They didn't trade him. Really, I feel like there's nothing. I feel like we have a floor of 3-14 and a ceiling of 14-3. I think we can really go either way. And yeah, that's my schedule predictions and my week 1 breakthrough, really. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more content and news on the Washington Commanders. HTTC.